Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and it's about time for a late lunch. I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm getting kind of hungry here, but I'm gonna do this video. First. I wanted to show you this from I Am Legion. He is tweeting out this. This is a company announcement. Visa partners TransferWise on cross-border payments. Well, this is significant. As I recall, about a week ago or so, there was a similar announcement between MoneyGram and Visa. And of course, we all know that MoneyGram uses on-demand liquidity. Well, I Am Legion found this right here, which I think is very interesting. I don't know when this is from, but it says TransferWise, we won't use blockchain until more banks use Ripple. Well, I would say that what he really means is until more banks use Ripple, or until there's another way, maybe through partnership with MoneyGram, maybe. I don't know. We shall find out, that's for sure. Okay, and then this is from XRP Gonzo at Gonzo XRP. It is heating up in India. Ripple is right in the middle of it too. CEO of Phone Fee, I don't know, Samir Najam, accepted that competition is a challenge for them, but said that they are here to compete and fight back. So the India is the market over there is heating up. Let's see. Okay, the crypto utility guy sent me a couple of things worthy of taking a look at. Sologenic is apparently doing really well with their pre-sale. From that, we haven't seen the numbers yet. I haven't seen the numbers yet, but it says this is a tweet from them. Since its inception, the Sologenic project has attracted keen attention from the XRP community and initiated widespread discussions on the tokenization of assets through XRPL. The full article's here. I'm not going to go into the article, but I just wanted to keep that highlighted. I think that the Sologenic thing is a very interesting project. I'm not involved in any way with it, but I did talk to them on the phone, and I do feel good about what is happening with their company. And so I just wanted to to make sure that I brought them up while they're in the news and make sure that you're aware of them. I can't buy Sologenic tokens here in the United States, but you may be able to. So at least go check it out and do your own research on that. Okay, and then we've got this. This is kind of interesting to me. JPMorgan's blockchain network to launch in Japan in early 2020. And we've talked about their blockchain network. This is one of the probably list of 100 different things where we've seen articles that said, is this the XRP Ripple killer? You know, this is the type thing that was written when this Quorum platform that JPMorgan was putting together when it was first talked about. Well, they're apparently, it says Bloomberg reports that more than 80 Japanese banks have expressed their intent to join the platform. Japanese banks now account for more than 20% of the 365 total global members that announced their participation since September 2019, accounting for the largest portion of participants from any single country. So it's 80 Japanese banks. It'll be very interesting over in Japan to see where SBI comes into play with this, and how MoneyTap and the Japanese bank consortium come into play with all of this. It makes you wonder, because that's a lot of banks, and we do know that SBI formed the Japanese bank consortium. It makes you wonder where all that's going. Okay, one of China, really the title says it all here. I just wanted to show you this to illustrate to you that, as we keep saying, we keep marching down this path of all of these new, or not new, but the existing financial products in the traditional financial world. You're starting to see those being introduced in the digital asset world. And just like we predicted, just like we've talked about for 2 years, It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Well, the when looks like it's starting to happen on some of these things now. This is in China, and they're going to use blockchain for issuing bonds. So you can kind of see where all of this is going to go. Now, this is a really interesting graphic right here. And I wanted to show you, this is from whoever this is I'm going to follow, because they got 61,000 followers. His name is @WallStJesus. And it says, this is a really interesting graphic for what's going on right now here in this country. This is central banks cutting like it's a crisis. Net global central bank hikes/cuts last 6 months. What I want to draw your attention to is look right here. This is what interest rate, this was the interest rates going up, kind of, not just up and down, leading up to the financial crisis. And look what they did when the financial crisis hit. They started tanking the interest rates because they saw that a crisis was coming, and they knew that they had to tank the interest rates. Well, here's what we've got now, and they raised them a little bit around 2011, it looks like. But look what they did really more or less for the last 10 years. They've kept interest rates low. See, normally, and this is what's so scary, normally when you have what they have told us the last 10 years was, normally when you have decent times economically, they keep interest rates, they raise them and keep and try to have them a little, at least in a reasonable range. Well, this time during this, what I've told you over and over is a fake stock market bubble. That's the real bubble. They have kept interest rates like this down here. Now, just and what happened is around 2018-19, they made an attempt to raise interest rates. Let me get this. They made an attempt to raise interest rates. And the second that they tried to do it, after this 10 years of ridiculously low interest rates, everything started to tank in the stock market. And since that time, they did this, okay? This is what should terrify everyone. And the point is that they are in a box. They can't do what they should be doing, which is this, because the stock market will absolutely tank. And at some point, they'll be forced to. That's when the real nightmare begins. And then XRP Darren @Fame21 more, he says, the USD will crash due to the epic amount of debt that continues to be added to the balance sheet of the Fed. The world is connected to R3. They can either change the law, or the banks will have a fight or flight moment, where they chose XRP Encore to settler. I think he makes a very good point there. Okay, and this is from CNBC, and this is pretty interesting too, kind of like what we were talking about a minute ago. Credit Suisse, this is from CNBC. Credit Suisse, shocking call. Fed will launch QE4 before year end to stem street cash crunch. So Fed will launch QE4 before year end to stem street cash crunch. In other words, they're going to launch something like this so that they can make sure that they can get the president back in office. They're going to do whatever that's how it's always worked. It doesn't matter. And that's not a statement on Donald Trump. It doesn't matter what politician is in office. They always do what they have to do in the economy to make sure that that person gets reelected. It doesn't matter if it's a Democrat or a Republican. That's the way politics works. And then Sergeant Obi-Wan sent me this. I just wanted to make you aware, a major Malaysian exchange, Luno, set to list XRP on its platform. Luno Malaysia, one of the only 3 regulated cryptocurrency exchanges in the country, is set to list XRP on its platform. David Lowe is the general manager, so he must be, Luno is the name of the exchange. But anyway, that's just more adoption of XRP and more liquidity is what I see when I see that. Then from Gemini, we're proud to share that you can now pay your bills in the Gemini dollar, which I believe is their stablecoin, through BitPay's business billing solution. Excited to be advancing stablecoin adoption and furthering the crypto payment landscape. Read more here. So these guys are, you can see this is not necessarily creating financial products. but they're molding this digital asset space to the existing financial world now. You can see it going on right before your eyes. All right, and then Brian Melancholy XRP sent me this. And this was from Warren Davidson. Now remember, Warren Davidson is the guy that has put up the Token Taxonomy Act. Warren Davidson did an interview on Pump's podcast. This was a great conversation. Thanks so much for having me. New episode with Congressman Warren Davidson is now live, and so he did this on his podcast. And here is the actual link to the podcast. You can go to Anthony Pompliano and follow him at A Pompliano, and he's got the episode listed. You can go listen to it. I'm pretty sure it's free online. Chinu Patel at Chinu Patel 29 sent me this from XRP Gonzo. I think XRP Gonzo kind of has, I don't recognize that name. He's kind of come onto the scene. I'll take it if it's good information. This is awesome. There are deals like this one that surface, look like nothing major. Let me help you. Ascari Bank is a Finastra partner. Finastra is a Ripple partner. UnionPay, Qualex partner. Qualex is on-demand liquidity Ripple partner. So you can kind of see it all, as we keep saying, and I think it was DM Logic that said it, is that under every financial rock, you will find Ripple or XRP somewhere. And that's kind of how it works. Okay, and our friend Christine Lagarde prepares sweeping review of ECB's strategy. First press conference happening this Thursday, 12/12. I think something big is about to happen at the ECB. I don't know it for sure, but I'm just saying, I think that she was put there for a big reason, and I don't think we know it yet. And then Stephen Bull from the SANH Blockchain Lab of Banco Santander Ripple partner has been developing a tokenized system to move money internationally through a set of smart contracts that can perform the exchange from one currency to another in just 30 seconds. And so this is an interesting short video that you can watch, where you can also kind of see what we're talking about, how things are going to be tokenized and they're going to be moving across finance. And it's all, that's the exciting thing about all this right now, is that all of these pipes are being laid, and they've been being laid for the last 2 years. And I feel like we're at a moment at any second where it all just goes off. That's what it feels like to me. It's felt like that to me for a while. Okay, there's two guys that told me to check this out. Chicken Nugget at Chicken Nugget XRP. I find that name funny. And then also Rob Liquor at Rob Liquor. Now, before I show you this, I always tell you it's parody. This is parody. I think it's funny what they're doing, but I just want to I always give you the disclaimer that it is parody. And this is from XRP, the Standard Productions, at XRP_Productions. Breaking news, wow, this changes the whole landscape. And he's written a Coil article basically saying Congress approves Facebook's Libra after odd closed door meeting. I think that this guy's onto something here, and I actually talked to him about it. I think that he needs to make sure he gives the proper disclaimers so that nobody freaks out or anything, which is why I always give you the disclaimer. But there is a place for this kind of sense of humor, and I can prove it because David Schwartz replied to one of his articles yesterday and was actually joking around about it, and I like that. He's got a good sense of humor. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that we all do need a sense of humor in this space sometimes, and this is a really funny piece right here. Thank you for listening.